All right, so at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our invocation speaker tonight from our Perry United Methodist Church and also from Shasburg United Methodist Church, Pastor Nancy.
Shall we wait for the train to go by? Or at
This
least
is
to
your
stop
time, you
whistling?
may
All
if you
right.
wish.
Although God can hear it, anyway, but let's try it. Shall we pray? Holy and most gracious God, we are here this evening as the city of Perry, and we ask that you will bless this time together in this beautiful season of the year. Please help us all to listen carefully, to speak kindly and honestly, and to decide in light of the common good. We pray it all in your most holy name. Amen.
Pastor, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Let us give that second hand time to get up there at 7 o'clock, and then you can gavel us into session.
All right.
Remember, yes, remember that they like us to announce the date of the meeting.
How many tabs?
2 okay.
I'll call the meeting to order of the Perry City Council on December 19th, 2019.
Outstanding. Would everyone please rise? And let's follow the student mayor as he says.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everyone may be seated. This one's yours.
All right. Will the clerk do the roll call?
Craig Elliott.
Here.
Mindy Gallavy. Here. Adam Grass. Christopher Powell.
Here.
Michael Queen. Terry Wood. Mayor James Huglet.
Here.
All to come for except council member Adam Grass and Terry Wood.
Thank you.
Do you find the quorum is present to conduct business?
Quorum is present. So now we move on to approval of the agenda.
Perfect. The clerk and I have prepared the agenda, and according to our best of our knowledge, it has all items of business that need to come before you for your attention tonight. It being less than a week from Christmas, the load is pretty light. I submit the agenda to you for your approval or your amendment.
Move that the agenda be adopted as printed. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor of approval of the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say. Motion carries.
Okay. Perfect. That'll move us to reading and approval of the minutes. Devin, would you please read the minutes of the December 5th, 2019 regular meeting?
I move that we suspend the rules, waive the reading, and approve the minutes from the December 5th, 2019 regular meeting.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor of suspending the reading, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Well, that'll move us to pre-approved reports and presentations. Mr. Powell, this
Yes.
one's yours. Did you need the list?
I have the list.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Floor is yours, sir.
I have the winners of the 2019 Christmas lights winner, and I'm looking for Mr. and Mrs. Mauer, Mr. and Mrs. Luce, and the Millers. There we go. All right, Jacob. Get our pictures taken right up here. And it's $50 from the hardware store from Vic Darling. Thank you very much. And hey, It looked good.
Well, I appreciate
It looks
We're gonna
good.
keep it up for quite a few years. I got 5 kids at home, so.
Well, next year, you'll find out, we'll have you run with us as the judges
Oh, very
for next year.
Very good.
Cool, cool.
Can't
We'll
wait to
keep
be
in
your
touch.
girl, but you get to be a judge.
Appreciate it. That's fine. We're gonna keep it going regardless.
Okay, okay.
Anything else, Councilman?
No, that's gonna do it.
Outstanding. That will move us to public comment. It is at this time during our meetings and also at the end of the agenda, under any other business that may come before council, that we open up the floor for members of the public to address city council on any matter they may have on their mind. There is a 3-minute time limit on public comment. Would anyone from the public like to address the council at this time? Welcome in.
All right, I guess I'm gonna be a regular.
We need regulars.
Oh, we need a healthy, safe community for the future of our children. Okay, it was just a report I found online. I would encourage everyone to do their own research, please, because a lot of this new technology has a large amount of health hazards that are not being publicized in the name of financial gain. I'm just gonna read real quick excerpts and then be done. But along with regulating 5G installation for the health and future of freedom, privacy, not cancer, things like that, LEDs and 5G are probably the largest risk to society at this point in time that I can see. The Agency for Food, Environmental, and Occupational Health and Safety recently published a 400-page report detailing the danger of LED lights to our eyes. The report claims that LED lights lead to a condition called macular degeneration, which causes blindness. LED lights affect our environment. This agency, which I'm not going to say the whole title again, but the agency recommends strengthening regulations in regards to light pollution to ensure the safety of people and animals, as evidence consistently shows an increase in mortality and a depletion of the diversity of animal and plant species studied in night light environments, which include LED lighting. I'm saying all this because LED lights were just put up on the main street of Perry. Outside my street, I noticed it within the past few weeks. It wasn't LED and now it is. No bugs fly around LED lights at night. I assume most people are aware that bugs are like the foundation of our food chain, and if we don't have bugs, we don't have food in 3 to 4 years, according to Einstein. I'm not meaning to be alarmist in any way, shape, or form. I'm just looking to draw attention to reality, that a lot of people, turn on the TV, watch sports, do things that aren't so, I don't know. These are just changes I see happening, and I want there to be food for my children for the future, and we need bugs for that to happen, and bugs and LED lights are incompatible. It just said there's a large increase in mortality of things that are around LED lights long-term. Older adults and children are the most susceptible to eye damage from blue lights. In addition, the lenses in their eyes are not fully formed, so they are more likely to experience vision damage and sleep disruptions. Is my time up?
Not yet.
Okay. And that's basically it, and then it goes on to say more. I wish I could print it out and share it with every single person who lives in like a 500-mile vicinity of me, so I could have a buffer of health and safety. But as a city council, I would like to work.
That is our 3 minutes. If you need about 10 seconds to wrap up, I'll let you finish your thought.
I think that if we can all be aware and then work to protect the health of our community, I think that's a mutual goal we all have. And I'm happy to, help bring things to attention. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If you want to stay till the end, you're entitled to another 3 minutes under any other business may come before council.
Just how to change lights that will let us have a future is what I'll be here for until it happens.
Thank you.
Respectfully.
Are these some more of your winners?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't met them.
We're gonna suspend public comment briefly, And Chris, why don't you go ahead and make your presentation? We're moving back to pre-approved reports.
Excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Mauer. Come right on up here.
Not a baby yet, maybe 2 weeks. Thank you. Camera on it.
Right up here in front of the camera.
Hey.
Putting time.
How are you? I'm
Good.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Council member, I went on the journey,
Oh, you did, okay.
every single road.
Oh, you were the judge?
It was one of the
Oh, nice to
judges,
get to meet you.
yes. You are the winner. 2019 Christmas Light Tree Awards. I don't know if we've even really named it, or we'll name it for sure.
He's 80%, I'm 20%, but he gets most of the cash.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much. Chris.
Absolutely,
Appreciate it.
thank you very much, and keep it up. Well, next year,
We,
I will
like
judge
you.
again, and then you
We
can
did
come
like
with
you.
us and judge with us.
Okay, great. Excellent, looking forward to it.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, you guys.
All of us is cold beer. Oh.
Thank you for coming by. Good to see you. Thank you for the decorations.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we will move back to public comment. Would anyone else from the public like to address the council on any matter at this time? Seeing no other public comment, we'll move to communications. Devin, do you have any communications for the city council tonight?
Just a couple. I received an email from Mr. Elliott. Just make sure that you have received a hard copy tonight. Should have been also emailed to you, and I imagine that'll be a report later under an agenda item. Also, I just want to remind the public that City Hall will be closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Also, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which are landing on Tuesday and Wednesday of this year. And last, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I want to remind everybody to take the time to put your technology down and listen to the person in front of you. Take out a deck of cards, play Seeing It with your family, but find the time to communicate, because we're not paying attention to each other even when we do talk to each other. So maybe if we play a card game or something else, we'll pay attention to each other. Merry Christmas and thank you.
Absolutely, right on.
That'll move us to mayor reports. I don't have too many things to report on. Council is aware, but I will note officially for the record that the city of Perry has a hearing scheduled before Judge Stewart on January 6th regarding enforcement of the mediated agreement between us and the concrete crushing establishment south of town. Council members may be there if they wish. It is a public hearing, so members of the public are entitled to attend if they wish as well. I don't have anything else to report on unless council has questions for me. Seeing none, we will move to committee reports. Do council members have any committee reports to deliver tonight? Mr. Elliott?
Just go under my report on the rezoning thing. Would I go now, or do you want that later?
Well, you can deliver your report anytime you want. I would suggest, however, that it would be most useful to save it for deliberations. But if you want to talk about something now, you can give a report.
No, it's good. I'm short and sweet and to the point.
Excellent. And I read it. Any other committee reports from council tonight?
When he said, I thought, Greg Wentworth has come back and graced us through Craig today. I thought, no, he's gonna keep going.
Okay, I assume that was a compliment.
That was a great compliment.
Greg was a good friend of mine, still is. Not here with us, but
He's not here today.
But he's on Rose.
he's here in
Go
the
on,
city.
man. I couldn't give him.
He's here in the city,
Well,
we could go get chicken and take it over and have dinner with him and his wife.
Okay,
Did you have anything else?
no.
Thank you. Any other reports? Seeing no other reports, let us move to presentation and approval of the bills. Council has had the opportunity to review the bills, and we seek your permission to pay them.
Will we approve the bills as presented, I think we authorized it.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the bills. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Outstanding. That'll move us to old business. First item of old business is mayor's appointments. I don't have any appointments at this point in time. We're still looking for someone to serve on the planning commission. Has to be a citizen in the city of Cary, but if anybody who lives here in the city would be interested in meeting once a month and working with a good group of people to help the work of the planning commission and help direct in the future development of the city, I'd love to hear from you. So just give us a call at City Hall, let me know of your interest. Talk to Devin, she gets everything to me. I always say the clerk is the mayor's right arm.
Aw.
And
I've heard him say it.
And Jean Holly is here too, in
Oh.
January, if you want to do those.
let's do those in January.
You do want to wait? Okay.
Yeah, let's do them in January.
All right, fair
Because I
enough.
just said I don't have any for tonight. I do have a couple of reappointments for next month, though.
Okay.
And I'd love to put a new person on the planning commission. Also, we have a vacancy on the local officers compensation committee. Toughest job you'll ever get. You meet once every 2 years after an election and make a recommendation regarding compensation of the mayor and the city council. And if you will make to me a solemn pledge that you will vote for no raises, then I'll appoint you straight up to that board. So I'd ask to leave mayor's appointments on here with no action taken. Is there any objection? Hearing none, we'll move to rezoning determination. This matter has come before you based on the recommendation of the planning commission. Do we have anybody here who represents the party seeking rezoning? Okay, they're not here to be heard tonight. So the planning commission has recommended denial of the rezoning request. You have their reports and advice from the city attorneys. Now is the time for city council to make a determination on what should happen from here. Rezoning is your final decision. I have spoken with the city attorneys, and I do have a recommendation for you. While we've placed before you 3 motions that represent the courses that you can take, should the city council be inclined to support the planning commission's recommendation to deny, then I recommend, so that we can get our legal paperwork correctly in order, that you refer the matter back to the planning commission and ask that they provide formal documentation of the reasons behind their recommendation. I can see from the minutes that they thought it out, but the city attorney tells me that the form in which we have received that information is not the correct form under the state law. So this is a form over substance issue. But if Terry were here, Terry would remember this with me. Back around 2005, we had a ZBA decision, Zoning Board of Appeals decision, that came up. And there was a lawsuit regarding that. The Zoning Board of Appeals had heavily debated what to do and had made a decision, but had not adequately documented it, so that when it went up to Judge Lestracco on the lawsuit, he sent it back to us. And he said, I don't know officially why you guys made this decision, so I can't review it. Therefore, do it over again. We had to reconvene the Zoning Board of Appeals. I am happy to defend decisions made by the city council in court, but I would like to go in there with proper documentation in place, so that we don't start out in a hole with the judge who's looking at it and saying, so you guys can't even do this right. So that would be my recommendation, if you're inclined to affirm. Then if I have to defend your decision, we've got the paperwork all in order, the i's dotted and the t's crossed. So that's my recommendation. I'll turn this over to council for deliberations.
I move that the rezoning request for parcel number 02458014000, vacant land on Britton Road, be referred back to the Planning Commission for further explanation, comment, and finding of facts regarding their recommendation of disapproval.
Support.
It's been moved and seconded on this motion to approve. Motion to refer to Planning Commission. Is there any discussion?
Planning Commission doesn't have to do a lot. They've got what they need in their minutes. The city attorney tells me that it would be sufficient for the Planning Commission to, by vote, attach their minutes from the previous meeting to the form that was provided. So I don't want to make this hard for the Planning Commission. They did a good job in deliberating it. We're just getting all those i's dotted and t's crossed. It can be that simple, or you guys can document it out more thoroughly by listing it item by item, whatever you want, just so the city council can, or the city can clearly demonstrate to a judge that the city council considered and knew what the Planning Commission's recommendation was.
Understood.
So what are they trying, like, what is the rezoning that they're doing?
The zoning proposal is to take property on Britton Road from R1 to B1,
All right,
residential to business property.
okay. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor of referring this motion back to the Planning Commission, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right. Going to new business. We have one item of new business, consideration of city attorney rates. In a review of what we've been paying our city attorney for a while, it's come to my attention that that rate has not been raised in a little while. We want to keep it competitive so that we can have capable city attorneys working for us. Tom Bridges, who exits at the end of this year as city attorney, made a recommendation that the rate be raised from $115 to $125 an hour. I believe that this is comparatively low as a market rate, even at $125. So I'd recommend to council that you approve this, and I'll open the floor up for deliberations.
I move that we authorize the increase of the city attorney's hourly rate from $115 to $125.
Support.
It has been moved and seconded to raise the city attorney's rate. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Very good. That'll move us to any other business may come before council. This is the second opportunity for members of the public to address the council on any matter. Would anyone from the public like to address the council at this time? Seeing no further public comment, I'll ask City Council if you have any additional items of business that need to come up for your consideration tonight. Seeing none, we'll move to council discussions and observations. Councilwoman Galbavy, anything to share with us tonight?
I just want to thank everyone involved in the Christmas fantasy. It was wonderful, and all the hard work paid off. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Elliott.
I was touring downtown this week and in the evening time and saw the appearance of the downtown. I thought it looked fabulous, and I just want to say thank you to all our businesses for their hard work in making Perry look very good.
Thank you. Councilman Powell.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. Be good to each other.
Mayor Pro Tem Mike Quinn.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Expound upon Devon's comments. Make sure you take the time to spend it with your family, right? Tomorrow's not promised, so if anybody's going out and driving, please do so safely. Have a good Christmas.
Thank you, Mike. I'll just wish everybody in Perry and the surrounding communities a Merry Christmas. And last but not least, our student mayor. Alex?
I just want to say this has been, the student mayor experience has been really interesting. I've learned a lot from it. And so thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. On January 6th, the Planning Commission will have its next meeting. And if you want to watch this process all the way through, they're a good batch of people. They meet here at 7 o'clock on the first Monday of the month. If you wanted to come, I'm sure they'd be thrilled to have you lay there And
We'd be glad
if you want to share any thoughts with them, they'd be glad to listen. If you just want to see the process work its way through, you'd absolutely be welcome, right here in this room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Merry Christmas, Mike.
Yeah, he's got sharp elbows.
I do.
Let's see, agenda items for the next meeting. I have mayor's appointments, and I will have 2 renewals. Is there anything else for the next agenda? If anything comes to your attention between now and our next meeting on January 2nd, are you guys going to be here? January 2nd? Please communicate with the clerk and let us know. We will work to get all items of business that need your attention on your agenda. With that, the student mayor may adjourn the meeting.
Do we need a motion to adjourn?
We do not. We've
All right.
finished the agenda.
All right, so, meeting adjourned. 7:20.